everyone. It's Ash again. I've got a very special guest. His name is Stephen Gawking. He's known as the Nuclear Lyricist. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
I can't complain, thanks, and you?
I'm very well, thank
Yeah.
you. What's the weather like there in Belito?
No, it's hot. It's very hot there.
Is
It's
it?
like in the
Oh,
city. Yeah, no.
oh, fantastic. Fantastic. All right, Jay. Not Jay, sorry, Stephen. Excuse me. Let's start now. What initially sparked your interest in music and how did you decide to pursue it as a career?
Yeah, music has always been part of my life, growing up. But I never really thought it would be something that I would pursue. And then, in time, it just came to me and I thought, maybe I should try this, use
Right.
my story of being a disabled person and inspire others with my achievements and goals that I achieve. Yeah. So yeah.
Fan- Fantastic. And now, Stephen, could you just tell us about your disability?
Yeah, I have spinal muscular atrophy type 2. It's a progressive neuromuscular disease. So I basically keep getting weaker as time goes by. It's much like ALS or motor neuron disease that
Right.
Stephen Hawking had, but much less progressive. So yeah,
Right. Is it
yeah, yeah.
like use? Remember he did have the same, is it the
Yes,
same as him?
it's family to that. Not as severe, like
Right.
the one that US and Stephen Hawking had. The life expectancy is like 2 years.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah,
Oh no, I
yeah,
really
but
am
not mine.
sorry, honestly. And
No,
now
no, but
your
fine.
music. Let's go on to your music on a happier subject.
Yeah.
um, are there any specific artists or genres that have influenced your musical style?
For Stephen Gawking as uh, a brand, I would say the most influential um, artist would be the Black Eyed Peas. For me,
Right.
they had the perfect balance of hip hop and pop. They,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I would go with them.
And how would you describe the overall theme or message behind your music?
Just stay hopeful, stay motivated. There's always hope, and never give up. Keep fighting a good fight. So
I
yeah,
agree. That's a very good advice. Very, very good advice. And Stephen, how do you approach the arrangement and production of your songs?
yeah. So it differs from song to song. Sometimes it just starts with a title, and then I'll build a concept around it, and then I work with a co-producer who's much better than me on a technical level, Bobby Johnson of Rebirth Music in Bloemfontein. So he's a full-time producer. That's
Right.
his bread and butter. So on a technical level, he's much better than me. So we work together, and then we come up
Okay.
with something that suits the band going forward.
Oh, that sounds fantastic, Stephen. And also another question is important is it for you to connect with your listeners through your music, and how do you achieve that?
Yeah, see, it's in this day and age, it's difficult, because the market is so oversaturated. But yeah, we're just trying to stay authentic and reach people on a philosophical and personal level, so people can relate to my story and the music we produce. So yeah, hopefully we
Right.
can inspire others to try and pursue their passions also in life. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. And I meant to say earlier, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and chat with us. Your story
No
means a
problem.
lot to me. That's why I said to Devo, I'd love to interview you and everybody can hear your story, your
Yeah.
motivation behind your music and going forward. So I'm glad we had this interview. I really am glad.
No, me too. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Oh, no,
I
it's
really
only a
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, Stephen. Um, could you share any advice or insights for aspiring musicians who are just starting their journey?
Yeah, look, it all starts with passion. If you don't have a passion, and you have to persevere, because it's not easy in this day and age. You know, you're gonna make a lot of music that no one will probably even hear before, it starts having like a snowball effect. But it
Right.
takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, determination, and passion. Otherwise, I'm sorry, it's gonna be a very, very tough road. Yeah,
Yeah, I can agree with that. You've got to be motivated and your
yeah,
heart and soul into this. Otherwise, then don't worry about it, you know.
yeah. And focus on the enjoyment of creating rather than wanting approval from other people. Because if you're an aspiring musician or artist, people are not going to listen to you in the beginning. It's going to take a lot of time.
Right.
So just enjoy producing and creating art. And then in time, people will appreciate it. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And Stephen, do you have any dream artists you would love to work with in the future?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I won't say no to anyone. As long as we can make something special that inspires other people to pursue music or other art forms in the future. So yeah, but let's say Black Eyed Peas, you know,
Black Eyed Peas,
let's
you'd
keep
love
it
to
there.
work.
Yeah,
They're actually quite a
yeah,
good band. You know, they've got some great
yeah,
music.
very. And everyone likes them. Like even young, old, it doesn't matter. Everyone likes the
Exactly.
Black Eyed Peas
It
and their vibe.
makes you want to get
Yeah,
up and dance, doesn't it? You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
other people,
yeah, yeah,
I should say.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Stephen,
Yeah,
how do you channel your emotions into your music?
yeah, I know, like I said, it's therapy for me. Writing is like whenever I feel down or stuff like that, I just write and write and write, and then it turns into concepts and songs. But for me, it's like therapy. So it helps in a way.
That's
Yeah,
right. And now, when you write in a song, what do you take from? Let's say, for example, you're sitting in the garden and you see a hardy-daw, which is a bird in South Africa. People here wouldn't know
yeah,
what a hardy-daw is, but
yeah,
it's a big bird and it makes this funny noise. But anyway, if you see one of those birds, or if you see the monkeys or anything, does it inspire you to write a lyric about that, or tell us more
Oh, it
about
depends.
that?
Yeah, it depends. Like it's a funny thing. Sometimes I would watch a movie or hear someone talking, just like a social conversation. And I think, this could be a good title for a song or something like that. So I can't say it's something particular, but when it's inspiration hits, it just hits you. It doesn't matter where you are or what happens. It just
Right.
hits you, yeah. So, yeah.
And your with your lyrics, we're going back to the lyric side of things. Do you write about your personal journey from when you first got this muscular disease to where you are today? Does that inspire you to write and share the story with other people?
It influences, but many of my songs are just like a story or a concept that I come up with and then I build around it. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's my story, but it definitely influences the stories that I tell, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
perfect sense. I mean,
yeah,
and it goes to my next question is how do you want your listeners to feel when they engage with your
yeah.
music?
Inspiration. They have to feel inspired, motivated, and just that symbol of hope. Yeah, happy. Maybe the best way to explain.
I
Just
think
feel
that's a
happy.
good, yeah,
Yeah,
always
happy.
make you happy. And can you
Yeah.
share an instance when music helped you overcome a personal challenge or hardship?
Yeah, look, for me personally, it was Jeff Barrow, which is a local rapper here in South Africa. His
Right,
first album, titled Jeff Barrow, that changed my life completely. You know, the first time I heard that, it was like a whole new world opened to me, yeah. And yeah, so for me that was the most influential for me to become ultimately a producer, songwriter, if you
right.
can call it that, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm going to ask a very funny question, and I'm sure you're going to laugh when I ask you.
Okay.
If your music were a flavor of ice cream, what would it be?
Uh, uh Salted caramel. Let's go with that one. Like a combination of
Okay.
sweet and savory.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a very good explanation, you know. And also what I'm going to
Yeah.
do tomorrow, Stephen, during my show, my live show, I'm going to play your song and then play your interview. And then I'll explain to my listeners a little bit of your story so they know the background of the interview and your song. So I hope your listeners will tune in. Well, your
Thank
fans
you.
will
Yeah.
tune in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I know this is going to take a lot out of you today for the interview, so I won't keep you. But if you could just share with us where people can listen to your music or to follow you on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. On social media at Nuclear Lyricist on all social media platforms and on all streaming platforms, Stephen Gawking. Yeah. You
Fantastic.
can find it everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Stephen, I'm not going to keep you, as I said. I know it must be very strenuous at the moment for you, but I really appreciate you taking time out of your day just to come have a short interview with us. And I hope we're
No,
going
no
to
problem.
catch up with you soon, and hopefully your fans will tune in tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Thank you for having me. And yeah, like I said, anytime. Thank you. I
Perfect.
really appreciate you taking the time.
No problem,
Yeah.
Stephen. Anytime. You're more than welcome, and have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks, Stephen. See you soon then.